guys, I am talking to you just before Thanksgiving. I'm in America, I'm in Philadelphia at the moment, and I thought I'd answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking me. Now, one of the questions that you guys ask me quite a lot is, Susannah, why is buying at auction your favourite way to buy? Let me tell you that, and I'm also going to give some tips on what not to do, what mistakes people make, and how you can avoid making those mistakes. Because if you get good at buying from auction, you will find amazing discounted deals. You'll make yourself a lot of money, and your job, as was mine, was to hit financial freedom. So first, let me introduce myself. If this is your first time on my channel, then congratulations, welcome. I'm glad, very much glad that you found us. I want you to like and subscribe. They've got loads of playlists for you, so whatever subject you want, whether it's deal sourcing or flip, you can check that playlist out. And remember to go and have a look at my website. It's called thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. On there, you'll definitely find information, education, downloads, free downloads, on-demand webinars to help you wherever you are at in property. Based on my £45 million worth of property deals that I did, over 200 deals, and then hit financial freedom. And if you are one of my regulars, nice to have you back. Well done. Good for you. You know the drill. Keep going. So, auctions. Why are they my favourite way to buy? Well, that's so simple. They are simple. It's black and white. I either buy it or I don't. It's under contract that night or it's not. Now, I'm from Scotland. We don't really gazump and gazunder. You know, we gazumping and gazundering is basically when the deal falls out of bed, other people bid more than you. You know, the whole thing, although it's technically agreed, it doesn't go through. That drives me insane. I want to buy the house, I want to move on, I want to move on to the next deal. I don't want to be messing around for 10 weeks paying lawyers and then maybe not end up with a house, which is the British or the English system. So number one, it's simple. I'm in or I'm out, end of story. Number two, there are actually 3 ways of buying from auction, and you may or may not realize this. Everybody knows this, they kind of, I'm at auction, let me buy, woohoo! Way, which is during auction. But my favorite way of buying actually is pre-auction and then occasionally post-auction. And the reason for that is when somebody puts their property into auction, the chances are they really need to sell. So if they really need to sell, do they, and there haven't been many legal packs being downloaded, are they going to risk putting it into auction and maybe selling it for a terrible price or maybe not selling it at all when you or me is offering a reasonable price in advance with exchange before the day of auction? That's security. So I buy a lot of properties pre-auction. Other people don't do it, and I do. I have to admit, I know this is terrible to admit, but I do. I love going to the auction, and you know when they say lot 35, everyone's like, yes, here we go, and they go, sold prior, and everyone goes, no. You're like, woohoo, that was me. So then you know, it's just a little fun. It's just a fun thing. So I like buying pre and I like buying post. Now, do not be a sheep going in the same direction as everybody else. Your job when they are going this way is to consider, would it not be more sensible for me to go that way? And the reason for that is you'll see lots sold at or not sold at auction, and everyone will go, oh, terrible lot, terrible house, terrible contract. Do they know? Did their lawyers check it out for them? Or are they just talking nonsense? I'm going to tell you 9 times out of 10 they're talking nonsense. If a property doesn't sell post at auction, you want to get in there, you want to get your lawyer checking out the contract, you want to buy it post. Honestly, we have bought properties. We bought one property with 4 flats in it that didn't even need cleaning. And there was something like, I can't remember the exact figures now, but it was about 80 grand equity in it. And that was judged by Handelsbanken. So it wasn't even me saying that. And all it was it just hadn't sold. So that was a deal and a half. Yeah, that's right. 60 grand, 145 purchase from memory, 205 value from memory, valued up by Handelsbanken. Didn't even need to pay for cleaners. They're already tenants. Everyone else went, oh, terrible. And I just went, I'm getting in there. Let me check this one out. So you find discounted deals. That's why I love buying at auction. You can buy pre-auction and beat everyone else. That's why I love buying at auction. You can buy during and have fun playing the game. It's okay. And then you can buy post-auction where everyone else walks that way and you walk this way and you go and get yourself 60 grand equity. That's why I like buying at auction. The other thing I quite like is everything is laid out. Now, sometimes in the legal packs, which you download and you get your lawyers to have a look at and give you a written report, they may have things missing. But generally, all the legals are prepared in advance, so you can read the legals, but never trust yourself. And then your lawyer can read the legals, and everything is clear. So you've got clarity, you've got speed, you've got certainty, you've got discount, and you've also got pre, during, and post. What is not to like buying at auction? Well, there's a couple of things. Dead ducks are put into auction, aren't they? If you can't sell a property elsewhere, slam it into auction. I mean, we had a property once where we got planning permission. We bought it, and we bought it with planning permission. And the lawyer that did the conveyancing wasn't actually that great in the end. And then we had planning permission to build a house in the coach house. So it was like a little house with a coach house at the back. And my initial lawyer, with hindsight, wasn't very good. So we were going to proceed and build the coach house, and we would have made a lot of money. And I got my new lawyer, because I realised that the first lawyer was pretty, incompetent. I got my new lawyer to double check the legals. And he said, look, Susannah, I can't promise you, but I don't think, from what I've seen, that you actually have permission of right of way over the land. So you could build a house, you got planning permission to build the house, you just can't get to the house. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not gonna build a house and then have a legal problem where I have a house that's built, but no, I can't sell it to anyone because they can't actually access it, right? So what did I do? I just split title, put the building plot into auction, and got 50 grand for it. So we made like 50 grand. And maybe the next person had found a better lawyer and was able to modify that problem, but I wasn't prepared to build a house in it. So I'm not saying it was a dead duck, but it was definitely something to watch out for. The reason I put it into auction, I wanted it done quick, fast, surely, cash in the bank, within 28 days, no messing. The other thing that you need to watch out for at auction is landlords. So a landlord will often sell a property that is tenanted in auction, often because people don't really like to buy properties that are tenanted. Now, typically, but not always, in an auction contract, there'll be a little, it's there, you need to read it, but it just feels like it's tucked away a little bit. And that'll basically say if the tenant owes rent, you're paying for it, the buyer. So let's just say the tenant hasn't paid rent and owes 10 grand. You think you've bought the property for like 200, it's worth 300, you feel like you've got an amazing deal. When it turns to the point of payment, you're actually having to pay 210. Because within the contract, it's like, well, you've bid this 200 plus you've got to pay the landlord's rent arrears because that's part of the contract. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you've got to be mindful to look out for it. The key to auctions is making sure that you've got a lawyer who'll review this and give you a written report and then indemnify you with any indemnity insurance on anything that's missing. So I don't want you getting worried about buying from auction. Auction is my favourite way to buy pre, during and post. Love it. But I do want you to be mindful that there are a few things you need to watch out for, and you've got to employ a professional lawyer to give you a written report. Don't skimp on this, okay, people? So I want you enthused. Oh, final numbers. When you're buying from auction, don't give in to emotion. I see it all the time. Oh, you can't get a deal. You can't get a deal from an auction. Oh no. Oh, they're going mad at auctions. That's just pub talk. Shh. Don't feed the masses. Yeah. You will buy 1 in 4 properties you bid on at auction, at, pre, and post. If you only bid at, your numbers go down enormously because that's where all the competition is. If you try and buy pre and buy post as well as at, it's 1 in 4. So what's the key? When the catalogue is published, identify minimum 4 houses you want to buy, and then bid on each one, and you'll get one of them. At one point, we bid on 30 houses in one auction. It was hectic. And we had investors for most of the houses. What did we get? We bought 7. So that's 1 in 4, because 7 that we bought would have been bidding on 28. So it was like just under 1 in 4. So auctions are fast. They are consistent. Like you're contractually going to buy it, so committed. So So they're fast, they're committed, they're discounted. You can buy 1 in 4 houses you go for. You can see the contract in advance, but you've just got to be careful for little sub-clauses in the contract. And you've got to pay normally within 28 days, sometimes 6 weeks, sometimes 2 months. Again, watch out for the timing. Make sure you've got fast money like bridging or investor money. Don't buy at auction with mortgages. You won't get the mortgage done in time. They'll serve you notice. You've got 2 weeks and you're paying interest, and then boom, they'll take your deposit. They'll resell it at auction, and if they don't sell it to the same level, they'll sue you for the difference. So you've got to have your wits about you, but auctions are my favourite way to buy, so I want you to fill your boots. Remember, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and most importantly, because you've got so much there for you to help you in property, is all my packs, my webinars, my 60-day academies, checklists for you to download. Go over to my website, it's called thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, and have a right good explore, because you want to get started in property and you need the education, the information, the knowledge to succeed with. And take action. Most important, there's a train, I think that's my cue to go. So remember, take action. Bye just now. So if you have really benefited and enjoyed from our content, support our channel, click the like button now. Thanks ever so much.